So here is actually the continuation of the revision. So we'll be revising the exercises of lesson 1. Right? Let's get started. It will be a quick revision. So these are the contents, okay, the grammar contents of the lesson 1. We got les pronoms sujets et pronoms toniques. Okay, les pronoms sujets, you know, the subject pronouns, and the pronom tonique, okay, so which is like me, you, him, her, and so on. Les articles définis et indéfinis, so the definite articles, indefinite articles, de, and, okay, in English. Les adjectives possessive, the possessive adjectives, so my, your, his, her, and so on. And then les noms masculins et féminins, so we already saw this in the last session, okay, les noms masculins et féminins, the masculine nouns and feminine nouns. So if you need more nouns, okay, if you want to have a better idea, you can check the book in page number 5. Okay, you would have already seen with Mr. Ramesh, so you can check page number 5 for other nouns. And then the conjugation of the verbs, okay, as we already saw, the verb être, s'appeler, parler, habiter. Okay, so these verbs will be conjugated, and you got to learn those. And then the interrogation, okay, so we got intonation. We got totally 3 forms of interrogation. One is intonation, the other one with est que, and the third one it's inversion. Okay, in this lesson we'll be just saying the intonation form, right? So now we'll go for the indefinite articles. Okay, the indefinite articles, because the first 2 exercises are with indefinite articles. You got to complete with indefinite articles. So un, win, des, un, win, des. So un, win means a or an in English, a or an, and des means some. Okay, I've given an example. C'est un livre, c'est une chaise, ce sont des stylos. C'est un livre, which means it is a book. C'est une chaise, it is a chair. Ce sont des stylos, so these are some pens. Un is used for masculine, une it's used for feminine, des it's used for plural. Okay, so don't forget, un for masculine, une for feminine. Okay, so these 2 indefinite articles will be used for the nouns. Okay, un for masculine noun, une for feminine noun. Okay? So we'll go for the first exercise. Nom féminin ou masculin, complété avec l'article indéfini. Okay. Voilà. So we got few words. Okay. Langue, grammaire, exercice, activité, nombre, conjugaison, nom, article, dialogue. Okay. So mostly if a word ends with e, it's feminine. Okay, but there are exceptions like exercice, okay, and nombre even. Okay, so conjugaison, article, dialogue. So there will be some exceptions. Those exceptions, try to write it in a separate page. Okay, so highlight it so that whenever you are revising, you can revise them. Okay, so here, une langue, une grammaire, un exercice, une activité, un nombre, une conjugaison, un nom, un article, un dialogue. Oui. So we already saw this. Okay, you have already seen this. It's a small revision. Just check your answers. Okay. So exercise 2, compléter avec un article indéfini. So again you got to complete with an indefinite article. So in the exam, or if you got a test, read the heading properly. Okay, so most of you won't be reading the heading. Even when you're revising, you'll be straight away starting with the first sentence. Okay, that's really a bad habit. So better start with the heading. Okay, start with the heading, read the heading, understand the heading first, then go for the sentences, then go for the options what you have. Okay? So here, compléter avec un article indéfini, same way, indéfini, un, une, des, you got to complete with. But we don't use des. Okay, no noun, it's plural, so we just use un or une. So first one, c'est un livre de français. It is a French book. C'est un professeur d'économie. Okay, so he is an economy teacher. Un professeur d'économie. Mon père invite un ami à déjeuner. So my father invites a friend for lunch. Okay, à déjeuner. Déjeuner means lunch. So the last before one, elle fait un exercice. She does an exercise. Okay, she does an exercise. And the last one, voilà un élève ou voilà une élève. So élève can be used both for with masculine and feminine. If you use un with élève, which means a student, a boy. Okay, if you say une élève, which means a girl student. Okay, so a pupil or a student, élève means. If you write un, it's correct. Une, if you write if it's correct also. Right? So now we head to the definite articles. Okay, the definite articles in English it's the, the. Okay, we just got one word in English, the, but in French we got four. Okay, le, la, l apostrophe, les. So all these means the. Okay, so le means the, la means the, l apostrophe means the, les means the also. Okay, so they stand for, le stands for masculine, la for feminine nouns, l apostrophe for both masculine and feminine singular, but the noun, if the noun starts with a vowel, okay, if the noun starts with a vowel, we will be using l apostrophe instead of le or la, and then les finally for plural. Okay, so now mind if they start even with a vowel, we'll be using les if it's plural. Okay, so for example, le Canada, Canada it's a country, Canada. Okay, and it's a masculine country, so we say le Canada. France, la France. Okay, France, France it's a feminine country, so we say la. Right, so even for countries we have masculine, feminine. Right, so you can see France ends with ends with e, so we use la, it's feminine. Canada, it doesn't end with so it's masculine. Okay, for now. And then for l apostrophe you can see l'école petit séminaire. Okay, l'école petit séminaire, okay, which means the petit séminaire school. Okay, petit séminaire school. Even petit séminaire, it's a French word, right? Okay, so l'école petit séminaire. So école, the word which means school, it starts with a vowel. Okay, it starts by a vowel, e accent, so we use l apostrophe. L'école petit séminaire. And the last one, les monuments de Paris. Les monuments de Paris, the monuments of Paris. Monuments, it's plural, so we use les, right? So now we'll go for the exercise. So the third exercise. Complétez les phrases avec l'article défini. Complétez les phrases, complete the sentences with the definite article. Right? So we just got words. Okay, so soirée. Okay, soirée, which means an evening party. Okay, evening party. So we say la soirée. It's a feminine word, so we use la soirée. Livre. Okay, so livre, it's a masculine word. It's an exception. It ends with a, but still it's masculine, so we use le livre. Visite, the third word, visite, it's a feminine word, the visit. Okay, we say la visite, la visite. And the last before word, cousine. Cousine means cousin. Okay, a girl cousin. Okay, cousine, it's feminine, so we say la cousine. Okay, if you cut that if you cut that e at the last, it becomes cousin, then it's masculine, le cousin. Okay, here it's cousine with e, so it's feminine, so we use la. And the last one, séjour. Séjour means a stay. Okay, the stay. Le séjour. Okay, le séjour, which means the stay. So now we'll move for this one. Les pronoms sujets et toniques. Les pronoms sujets et toniques, which means the subject pronouns, and then the tonic pronouns. You can see the left side, the green one, it's les pronoms sujets, and the right side, it's pronom tonique. So les pronoms sujets are je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle, which means I, you, he, she, we, you, they. Okay, and the right side we got les pronoms toniques, moi, toi, lui, elle, nous, vous, eux, elle. So which means me, you, him or he, elle means she or her, nous means us, vous it's you, eux, elle means them, eux or elle means them. So there are that's the difference between pronom sujet and pronom tonique. So for now, keep in mind pronom sujet, the subject pronouns, they'll be placed before a verb. Okay, the subject pronouns will be placed before a verb, and the pronom tonique, they'll be placed after a conjunction. Okay, for example, et, okay, and you. For example, et toi, okay, and you, okay, et lui, et moi, oui, c'est moi, it's me, okay, after a verb, okay, after c'est we will be using a pronoun tonic, after avec we'll be using a pronoun tonic, okay, we won't be using pronoun sujet, okay, we'll be saying in the exercise. Now we'll head to the exercise, the fourth exercise, okay, the fourth exercise, compléter avec un pronom sujet ou un pronom tonic. You got to complete with a subject pronoun or a tonic pronoun, okay. Vous parlez hindi, it's a question mark, okay, so I just given the answer directly. So parler hindi, okay, so before parler we got a dash. As I told you, before a verb, okay, so you'll be placing a subject pronoun, okay, before a verb you'll be placing a subject pronoun. So parler is the verb here, okay, so before the verb you got a dash. And parler, in what form it is conjugated, you got to check the verb parler. It ends with ez, it ends with ez. So in which subject pronoun it ends with ez? It's vous, vous. So you got to write vous. If you write je, tu, il, elle, nous, or the other il, elle, it's wrong, okay. You got to write vous, only then it's correct, okay. So the second one, dash vous appelez comment, okay, it's actually the verb s'appeler, it's a pronominal form, reflexive verb. So here what is missing, it's actually the subject pronoun, okay. Vous appelez comment, okay. The second vous, it's actually a pronoun, okay, it's actually a pronoun. So appeler is the verb, before the verb appeler what we use a subject pronoun, so which is vous vous appelez comment, okay. You'll be saying in this in the in later lessons, okay, so how to conjugate a pronominal verb and the pronouns and so on, okay. So for now you just write vous appelez comment, and we use a subject pronoun here. The third one, vous êtes indienne, okay. Here again we got two vous, okay, and the first vous, okay, before the comma, okay, before the comma we got one vous, which is a pronoun tonic, okay, just to point out someone. You are an Indian, okay, you are an Indian, so that way. So the second vous, it's actually a pronoun sujet, a subject pronoun. So as you can see, the verb être is conjugated for the vous form. So vous êtes indienne, oui, voilà, vous êtes indienne. So the last before one, je m'appelle Rémi, so my name is Rémi, et dash monsieur, so you got to use a vous, monsieur, okay. After a we'll be using a pronoun tonic, as I told you. After et we won't be using a pronoun sujet, we'll be using the pronoun tonic, oui. So et vous, monsieur, you can use et toi, but after that, yeah, they have given monsieur is actually something with respect, you're addressing someone, so we don't use toi, it's actually informal, vous it's formal, so we'll be using et vous, monsieur. And the last one, et toi, comment tu t'appelles? So here you can see comment tu t'appelles, we have used the informal form tu, okay. So you can say et toi, comment tu t'appelles? So as I told you, after et we'll be using a pronoun tonic. So now we'll move to the next exercise, the fifth exercise. It's actually the numbers. Écrivez les nombres en toutes lettres, okay. You got to write the numbers in words, okay. So if you are good in with the numbers, okay, practice the numbers, okay. So try to just read it once from 0 to 100 for like 1 week. If you read it straight daily, you won't be having much trouble, okay. If you can write it 4 to 5 times, just after 60, okay, after the number 60 it will be a bit confusing, okay. So the rest will be fine, okay. Anyway, we'll do this. Mon numéro de téléphone est, okay, so 44 27 49 36, you got to write two digit by, so that they have kept a small dot in between, right? So it's 44 27 49 36, okay. The ones which are in yellow, they are the answers, okay. So 44 27 49 36. The second one, le code postal est 32 13 47 32 13 47, okay, 32 13 47. So the third one, le code secret, the secret code is 9087, okay, 9087. And the last before one, ma date de naissance est 21 10 03, okay, so 21 10 03. 21 10 03. The last one, le numéro de ma voiture est, the number of my car is 6327 6327. Oui? Voilà. So we'll move to the next. So this is actually trouver la question. Oui, trouver la question, find the question. Okay, they are given the answers. You got to find the question. Okay, so the answers they are given is je m'appelle Ruby. Okay, so they are given a name. My name is Ruby, they say. And so you got to ask like, what is your name? You can ask comment tu t'appelles, or you can even ask comment vous vous appelez. Vous vous appelez comment? Tu t'appelles comment? So anything you can ask, but it should be like meaning what is your name? Okay, comment tu t'appelles, for example. The second one, oui, je suis polonaise. Yes, I am a Polish. Okay, Polonaise, which means Polish, the people from Poland. Okay? Yes, I am a Polish. So the question should be with the answer is with yes or no. Okay, the answer starts with yes. So the question should be, are you a Polish? Okay, are you Polish? Okay, tu es polonaise. Okay, tu es polonaise. You are using the intonation form. Tu es polonaise. You are Polish. So that way, right? Tu es polonaise. The third one, no, il est médecin. No, he is a doctor. Okay, so which means he is a teacher. For example, he is a teacher. So then you can say no, he is a doctor. Okay, so I just written il est professeur. You can even write any other profession. Il est chanteur, il est étudiant, il est docteur, il est ingénieur, pardon. Ouais, il est ingénieur, that way. So then the answer will be like no, il est médecin. So the last before one, oui, c'est ma première visite. Yes, it's my first visit. Okay, so the question should be like, is it your first visit? It's your first visit. Okay, so same way, c'est ta première visite. C'est ta première visite. Instead of ma, we use ta. Okay, it's adjective possessive. Or you can even use c'est votre première visite. Okay, c'est votre première visite. Is it your first visit? Okay. Alright, so the last one, no, il s'appelle Malcolm. No, il s'appelle Malcolm. No, his name is Malcolm. Okay, so we are saying no, so it should be, you should give a wrong name. Okay, so so for an example, we give a Dumbo's name. Il s'appelle Deepan. Okay, il s'appelle Deepan. No, il s'appelle Malcolm. Okay, voilà. So that's it, the sixth exercise. Now we'll go for the seventh one, the seventh exercise. Trouver la femelle des animaux. Okay, trouver la femelle des animaux. So you got to find the feminine, okay, the female form of these animals. Okay, so un lion, okay, a lion. Okay, une lionne. Okay, so we call as lioness, right? Okay, in English, so that way. Okay, so for some it will be a bit different if you see in English. So the masculine, feminine. For example, the last one, un éléphant. Okay, une éléphante. Okay, so in elephant it's a female thing. In English we say a calf. Okay, same way like the cow. Okay, so we say a calf. But we just say elephant. Okay, so voilà. Un lion ou une lionne. Un chat ou une chatte. Un chien ou une chienne. Un tigre ou une tigresse. Un éléphant ou une éléphante. Okay, so for lion, chat and chien, we just add one more last letter and then E. Okay, so lion ou une lionne, un chat ou une chatte, un chien ou une chienne, un tigre ou une tigresse, un éléphant ou une éléphante. So just for elephant, we add an E, right, for the last. So now we'll go for the eighth exercise. Relier les aéroports internationaux et les villes. So you got to match the airports, the international airports, with the cities. Okay, so where these airports are. Okay, Charles de Gaulle. Okay, Charles de Gaulle. It's CDG. Okay, we call as CDG. It's short form they call Charles de Gaulle, and it's in Paris. It's one of the famous airport in Paris. Okay, and all over France. Charles de Gaulle. Okay, Charles de Gaulle is actually a former president. Right? Voilà. And Heathrow. Okay, Heathrow, it's actually an airport in London. Okay, for London we call as Londres. Okay, Heathrow, it's in London, Londres. So Anna, okay, so the airport called Anna, it's in Chennai, right? Chennai Meenambakam, I think. Okay, so Anna International. Okay, so that's our airport's name in Chennai. John Kennedy. Okay, so John F. Kennedy, I think. So it's actually an airport in New York. Okay, he was even a president once, and voila. So the last one, Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, so we all know he is from Italy, and the airport, the one airport which is in Rome, is called Leonardo da Vinci. Right. So now we'll move to the ninth exercise. So we already did this in the last session. So anyway, we'll go for a small revision. Complétez avec les verbes être, s'appeler, parler. So vous vous appelez comment? So what's your name? Je m'appelle Christian. My name is Christian. Vous parlez français or vous êtes français? Oui, je parle un peu français. C'est votre ami. It's your friend. Okay, it's your friend. So voilà, the verb être, parler, and s'appeler. So the 10th exercise now. The 10th exercise. Complétez le dialogue avec être, habiter ou parler. So again, we got to complete this dialogue using the verb être or habiter or parler. Right? So it's actually a conversation between tourist and Sunita. Okay, a tourist and Sunita. So the first one, vous dash français, mademoiselle. So mademoiselle, which means miss. Okay, so this can't be a nationality because they are addressing to a girl. Okay, if it's a girl, it will be like française. Okay, there will be an e with français. Okay, so it's better we consider it as a language. So we say vous parlez français, mademoiselle. Vous parlez français, mademoiselle. You speak French, miss. Sunita, oui monsieur, yes sir, je parle un peu. So here it's confirmed, like yes sir, I speak a little bit. Okay, as I told you earlier, un peu can be a nationality, that can be a language. Okay, je parle un peu, I speak a little bit. Touriste, vous dash Madurai. Okay, vous dash Madurai. So Madurai, it's a city. Okay, you can't say you speak Madurai, no. Okay, so and the verb être, vous êtes Madurai, you are Madurai, you can't ask. So you can ask with the verb habiter. Vous habitez Madurai, you live in Madurai. So nowadays we are not using a for with the verb habiter and the city. Vous habitez Madurai. So for example, j'habite Pondichéry. I can directly say j'habite Pondichéry instead of saying j'habite à Pondichéry. Even if you omit that a, that's not a big mistake. So vous habitez Madurai. Okay, you live in Madurai. Sunita says, oui monsieur, yes sir, je suis Tamil. Okay, so je suis Tamil, I am a Tamil. Okay, so yes sir, je suis Tamil, je parle Tamil. So the first thing, okay, so we are saying like I am a Tamil. Okay, so Sunita is a girl, so we add e with Tamil. And then the second one, it's actually without e, so which means they are mentioning the language. Okay, so je parle Tamil. So then the tourist, moi je suis parisien. Moi je suis parisien. Me, I'm from Paris. Okay, I'm from Paris. Ma femme et moi. Okay, so parisien, same way like Tamil. Okay, so from which city you are. Okay? Je suis parisien. Ma femme et moi, my wife and me. Nous dash touriste. We are tourists. Okay, you got to say like we are tourists. Nous sommes touristes. We are conjugating the verb être here. Okay, nous sommes touristes. Sunita, elle parle anglais. Okay, so Sunita, she is asking about the wife. Okay, so she speaks English. Okay, so then the tourist is answering, oui, nous parlons anglais un peu. Okay, yes, we speak English a little bit. Okay, nous parlons, we are conjugating the verb parler now. Okay, oui, nous parlons anglais un peu. So then Sunita, c'est votre première visite? So she's asking, is it your first visit? So as I told you, C apostrophe, it joins with est. Okay, so to introduce to présentatif. C'est votre première visite? Touriste, oui. Okay, yes. Sunita says, bon séjour en Inde, monsieur. So have a good stay in India, sir. So bon séjour, which means have a good stay. Okay, even we got a hotel near Nelitop Signal in Pondicherry. Bon séjour, right? Which means have a good stay. Right. So that's it. The exercise number 10 is over. So now we'll go for the exercise number 11. Compléter avec les verbes être, habiter ou s'appeler. So again, we're gonna conjugate the verbs être, habiter or s'appeler in this exercise. Land dash mon pays. Okay, so land est mon pays. India is my country. Okay, so you can't use habiter because it means to live. India lives my country, you can't say. Or India name my country, you can't say. So the correct one is être. Land est mon pays. India is my country. Okay, so the conjugation, the meanings, spellings, it's important. Okay. So the second one, Delhi dash sa capitale. So the first one we said India is my country. So now we say India, Delhi is its capital. Delhi is its capital. Sa capital. Sa, it's actually mentioning and India's capital. Okay, so again we use the verb être. Okay, Delhi is its capital. Third one, les Indiens sont bilingues ou trilingues. Okay, so the Indians are bilingual or trilingual. Okay, so normally we Indians, we speak a lot of languages, right? We got regional languages, okay, and even we speak English. Okay, so we'll be like bilang. Most of us will be like bilang. We speak two languages. One is our mother tongue and the second one will be like English, or trilang. Okay, some will be like from different states. Okay, you'll be speaking Telugu, Malayalam, Urdu, Hindi, Kannadam and so on. So that's what they mean. So the Indians are, okay, les Indiens sont bilingues ou trilingues. So the last before one, j'habite à Chennai. Okay, so j'habite à Chennai, or you can just say j'habite Chennai. Okay? So you can't use je m'appelle Chennai or je suis Chennai. Okay? So j'habite à Chennai. And the last one, mon quartier dash Ananagar. Okay, so here actually there is a possibility of using the verb être or s'appeler. My area is Ananagar. You can say my area is Ananagar, or you can say my area's name is Ananagar. Right? My area is called Ananagar. Right? Mon quartier s'appelle Ananagar, or mon quartier est Ananagar. EST. Okay, better write s'appelle. Right? So now we'll move to the next. Les adjectifs possessive. Okay? Les adjectifs possessive. The possessive adjectives. Okay? So we got a small tabular column. In English, it's quite simple. Okay, in English it's quite simple. We just got here we got three columns. We can see there are three columns. The first row, it's mon, ma, me. Ton, ta, te. Son, sa, se. Again son, sa, se. Notre, notre, no. Votre, votre, vos. Leur, leur, leur. Leur, leur, leur. The last six will be pronounced the same way. Leur, leur, leur. So mon, ma, me. Okay, mon, ma, me, the first row. All these three means my, my. Ton, ta, te, which means your, yo, you are. Okay, informal, your. Son, sa, se. Okay, so we got two son, sa, se, which means his or her or its. Okay, his, her or its. Okay, in the next slide we'll see some examples. Okay, and then we got notre, notre, no, which means our. Okay, our, our in English. Okay, so for example, our class, our city, right, our country. And next it's votre, votre, vos. Okay, so votre, votre, vos, which means your, yo, you are. Same way like ton, ta, te. So the only difference is ton, ta, te, it's actually informal, and votre, votre, vos, formal, right? Which means your also. Leur, leur, leur. So all those six leur means their, their, right? So there. And so what's the difference between the columns, first column, second column, and third column? It's the same like the definite articles, indefinite articles. Even these are determinants. Okay, so these will be placed before a noun. Same way like the definite article, indefinite article. So the adjective possessives will be placed before a noun. The first column, mon, ton, son, notre, votre, leur, they are for masculine nouns. The second column, ma, ta, sa, notre, votre, leur, they are for feminine nouns. The last column, me, te, se, nos, vos, leur, so they are for the plural nouns. Okay, so in English we don't have such problem, but in French we got the gender, masculine, feminine, singular, plural. So here we got some examples. Voilà. You can see mon père, the very first. Mon père means my dad, my father. Okay, so it's masculine, so we use mon père. Ma mère, my mother. Mes frères, my brothers. Oui, my brothers. Ton cahier, your notebook. Ta chambre, your room. Tes parents, your parents. So you can see the difference. Okay, so père, mère, frère, the very first line. Père, it's masculine, so we use mon. Mère, it's feminine, so we use ma. Frère, it's plural, so we use me. The second line, same way. The first word, cahier, it's masculine, so we use ton. Chambre, it's feminine, so we use ta. And parents, it's plural, so we use te. Son sac, sa sœur, ses enfants. Son sac means his bag or her bag, both. Okay, his bag or her bag. Okay, in French it depends on the object, the noun. Okay, his bag or her bag. Sa sœur, the second word, sa sœur. Sœur, it's feminine, so we use sa. Sa sœur means his sister or her sister. Okay, the last one, ses enfants. His children or her children. Children, it's plural, so we use se, S-E-S. Right? So the next one, notre banc. Okay, notre banc, which means our bench. Okay, when you come to school, you'll be fighting for your bench, right? Okay, so notre banc, which means our bench. Banc means bench. Okay, notre classe. Okay, notre classe. Okay, the next NOS is joined, so careful. Notre classe, which means our class, our classroom, our class. And then no professor. Professor, it's plural, so we use NOS. Our teachers. Votre stylo, votre maison, vos portables. So votre stylo, your pen. Votre maison, your house. Vos portables, your mobile phones. Okay, you can see for notre, votre and leur, both masculine and feminine will be having the same spelling. Okay? And the last one, leur cousin, leur école, leur voisin. Leur cousin means their cousin, their cousin. Leur école, their school. School, it's a feminine word. Okay, leur voisin, their neighbors. Voisin means neighbors, it's plural, so we use LEURS. Okay? So here we got a small rule to be followed, an exception. If a word, it's feminine, for example, école. Okay, the last line you can see école, it's a feminine word, so we are placed in the second part. Okay, so leur école. But if you are placing it with the first three, okay, mon, ton, son, ma, ta, sa, me, te, se, so then if it's a feminine noun, even though if it's a feminine noun, but if it starts with a vowel, we'll be using the masculine form, which is mo. Mon école, ton école, son école. Right? So same way for the second one, you can see ton ami, tes amis. Okay, ami, it's masculine. AMI, it's masculine. AMIE, it's feminine, but still we use it with ton because it starts with a vowel. We don't use ta ami, ta école, no, we don't say. Okay, so voilà. So now we'll go for the exercise. The 12th exercise, compléter avec un adjective possessive. Complete with an adjective possessive adjective. Dash, wheel, et pondichéry. Okay, so dash, wheel, et pondichéry. You can write any of the feminine adjective possessive, feminine singular adjective possessive. You got to check the word wheel. It's singular or plural first. Okay, so you can see it's singular, and now we got to check if it's masculine or feminine. Okay, wheel, it's a feminine noun. Right? So we can't use mo or the first column or the last column. We got to use the middle column for the feminine form. Okay, so ma ville est Pondichéry. My city is Pondicherry. You can even say ta ville est Pondichéry. Your city is Pondicherry. You can even say sa ville est Pondichéry. his city or her city is Pondicherry. Notre ville est Pondichéry, even that's correct. Our city is Pondicherry. So any of these it's possible. Okay, leur ville, votre ville est Pondichéry. Oui. So voilà. Second one, mon adresse est, okay, so 12 rue Surcouf, Pondichéry. Okay, so again you can see address, it's a feminine word. Une adresse normally. Okay, une adresse when you're using it with the indefinite article. But as it starts with a vowel, okay, we use the masculine form. Mon adresse est 12 rue Surcouf, Pondichéry. So to give your address, this is how we say mon adresse est, my address is. Okay, same way as I told, you can use any of the adjective possessive belong to the masculine form. Mon adresse or ton adresse, son adresse, notre adresse, votre adresse, leur adresse. Okay, any of this is compatible. Right? Voilà. So the third one, mon père est homme d'affaires. Mon père est homme d'affaires. My father is a businessman. Homme d'affaires, which means businessman. So père, it's a masculine noun. It's not plural. It's not feminine. So we'll stick with the first row. Okay. So you can say whatever you want. Okay. Mon, ton, son, notre, votre, leur. Okay. So voilà. So the last before one, ma mère est femme au foyer. Femme au foyer, which means housewife or homemaker. Oui. So mère, it's singular and it's feminine. So you got to choose one from the second column. Ma mère est femme au foyer, ta mère est femme au foyer, sa mère est femme au foyer, and so on. The last one, le nom de mon école est Shakti Vidyalaya. Okay, for example, they are given Shakti Vidyalaya. So the name of my school is Shakti Vidyalaya. Okay, so école, it's a feminine noun, but it starts with a vowel, so we use mon. Right? So le nom de mon école, or you can even say le nom de ton école est Shakti Vidyalaya, le nom de son école est Shakti Vidyalaya, or le nom de notre école est Shakti Vidyalaya. So the name of our school, the name of your school, the name of her school, his school, so you can write whatever you want. Right? So you got to choose it from the first column. And the 13th exercise now, same way, complétez avec les adjectifs possessive, complete with the possessive adjectives. The first one, dash cher Paul, mon cher Paul. So my dear Paul, cher means dear, my dear Paul. Où est ton passeport? Where is your passport? Okay, so passport, it's a masculine word, singular, so we use from the first column, ton passeport. You can even ask mon passeport, where is my passport? Okay, you can even say. And now Paul is answering, il est dans mon sac. It is, il est means it is or he is. It is in my bag. Il est dans mon sac. Okay, so you can even say il est dans ton sac, il est dans son sac. Okay, il est dans notre sac. Okay, so grammatically it's correct. Right? So the second one, dash maison est devant l'école. So maison, it's a feminine noun. Okay, so it's singular, feminine. So we use ma maison est devant l'école, ta maison est devant l'école, sa maison est devant l'école. Right? So your wish, but it should be feminine, singular. Okay. So the third one, tu as dash livre de français. You have your French book. Okay. So tu as ton livre de français. Ton livre. Livre, it's a masculine noun. Careful. So don't think it's feminine. So I'll be choosing one from the first column. You can even ask, tu as mon livre de français. You have my French book. Okay, that can be even asked. So the last before one, oui, j'ai mon livre de français. Yes, I have my French book. Okay, so the last one, ta montre est petite. Your watch is small. Montre means the wristwatch. Okay, which is feminine. Okay, you can say ma montre est petite, ta montre est petite. Okay, so voilà. So the 14th exercise, répondez aux questions. So answer the questions. So vous êtes journaliste, they have given an example. So you got to answer with no. Okay, vous êtes journaliste. No, je suis photographe. Okay, are you a journalist? No, I am a photographer. Okay, same way. The first sentence, vous parlez espagnol? You speak Spanish? No. Je parle anglais? No, I speak English. Second one, elle est mannequin? She is a model? No. Elle est chanteuse? No, she is a singer. Chanteuse means singer. Okay, careful with the spellings. You got to make sure the spellings are correct. Third one, tu travailles à la banque? You work in a bank? No. Je travaille à l'école? No, I work in a school. So they, il est canadien? He is a Canadian? No. Il est mexicain? No, he is a Mexican. The last one, vous êtes sportif? You are an athlete? Okay, you are a sports person. No, je suis danseur. No, I am a dancer. Okay, so some professions can just change. Right? So the last exercise, 15th exercise, it's interrogation simple. Right? Interrogation, simple interrogation. It's very easy. Okay, so because we are using the intonation form. On se connaît, we know each other. Okay, so without the question mark, without the intonation form, which is an information. On se connaît, we know each other. On se connaît, we know each other. Okay, elle parle français, she speaks French. Elle parle français, she speaks French. Oui. So il s'appelle Mohanty. Il s'appelle Mohanty. Okay, his name is Mohanty. Il s'appelle Mohanty. Okay, the last, if you like, if you use the intonation, the tone raise, then it becomes a question. Same way like in English. Okay, vous êtes étudiant, you are a student. Vous êtes étudiant, you are a student. Voilà. So the last one, elle est professeur, she is a teacher. Elle est professeur, she is a teacher. Alright, so you just write the same, you add a question mark, and that's it, done. Okay, so that's it for it. Okay, so hope you received the portion and pattern, so please prepare properly. Okay? All the best, see you guys, take care.